Hello, my friends from the US and Japan and all over the world. This is Maiko coming at you from Los Angeles. I'm a physical therapist, and every week I try to go live on Tuesday, and I just kind of randomly call it Teaching Tuesday, but it is um, I guess I just kind of talk about whatever is on my mind, and I hope it helps to you think about things in a new way or inspires you or however way it goes. But wow, this is Tuesday night. The first presidential debate just finished, and I made a comment on my Facebook and Twitter that we really needed the Zoom mute button. I just, I'm not going to make this a political thing, but I give the kindergarten teachers. I think uh, their job is amazing, and I'm going to leave it at that. But this is a channel for positivity and learning, and because I am a physical therapist, some of the learning content is more geared towards learning about movement and the movement system. So welcome if it's your first time joining me. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button, and that more people can know about what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. Today's topic, I have actually just posted this in Japanese yesterday. So some of you don't know, I am from Japan, so I usually post my Teaching Tuesday on Monday here because it is already Tuesday there, and then I would just kind of talk a similar topic in English on the day of Tuesday. And today, this week, I was thinking about just comparing the difference between the online learning and the in-person or offline learning, as they call it. I just think of it as just a live, in-person seminar or course. After I graduated from physical therapy school, I've been to countless conferences, continuing education courses and seminars and things like that. And as far as physical therapy related topics, I think most of them have been the in-person type of seminars. I think just because in physical therapy, the things that we need to learn as far as where are we putting our hands on the patient, uh, the lab sort of time and the practice, practicing assessment or skills amongst one another. I think that's a big component of what we do as professionals. So that's why and this is of course all before COVID era. So there were plenty of courses where I could attend and learn about new thoughts and new treatments and things like that. As far as I'm super lucky in being able to go back to Japan, not this year, but in the past, each year I've had the opportunity ever since 2008 in terms of translating my mentors' seminars into Japanese or teaching my own MSI related seminars in Japan. And so through all of those opportunities, I've gotten a chance to meet so many Japanese physical therapists and other movement professionals there. And of course, those that do attend seminars, they're super motivated, very studious. And just sometimes I feel like, why are you here? Like you should be teaching stuff. But in addition to those getting the chance to meet people from Japan too, I have attended a lot of seminars and take online courses in the personal development type of area. I've just kind of been eating up that genre for the last maybe at least 4 or 5 years now. And in terms of that personal development type of seminars, many of them are actually online or audio related type of thing. And then since the COVID era happened as of 2020, um, the movement system clinical fellowship that is offered at Washington University in St. Louis, I'm one of the regional mentors. Our mentoring has switched from in person seeing patients together, myself and my fellow together, and we couldn't do that anymore. And so the fellowship mentoring and the teaching has also turned into this online setting where I would meet with my fellow on Zoom, and then we would either watch many of the lectures and the materials uploaded into the fellowship materials, and talk about what did you think about it, what did we learn from it, or share some patient cases and talk about what are some things that we should do, or yeah, those kinds of discussions. So the online learning has sort of suddenly evolved since the year turned into 2020. And I thought it was really great that they've added on into the fellowship program. This is new as of this academic year, that they've done journal clubs with the fellows. And thankfully, I was able to join many of them. And the amazing thing was that because of the wide network that the faculty has, we were fortunate to have the actual, uh, authors of many of those articles come and join and talk to us about the studies that they've done. And so we would read the articles ahead of time and then ask questions directly to the authors, which is just an incredible type of learning as well, and all possible through online, right? And then it got me to think about, like, well, what are some of the pros and cons between the in-person learning and the online learning. And I think the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about attending conference or going to an actual live seminars, is that the time is really condensed. So let's say I sign up for like a Saturday, Sunday seminar. I'm really committed to that Saturday, Sunday time from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or however long the seminar is each day, and really have this focused amount of time. So nothing else is happening. I thank you to Nichelle, who's always supportive of me going to all these places, but I am not doing some of the household chores and things like that. I'm just literally there focused on learning. And then, of course, the ability to practice lab, palpation, manual therapy skills, whatever that, and some of the movement stuff that if you're not right there up close, it's very hard to see, instead of like watching the movement just through the screen, although that's an important skill to have at this age. And then you get to meet a lot of people while at the seminar, like in person. So more networking opportunity, see where other people are coming from and what kind of backgrounds they have, and strike a lot of new friendships there. Of course, if it's a different city or even a different country, then we get a chance to travel and maybe discover some sightseeing, places, and eat great food. I'm a foodie, so my vacation or travels kind of revolve around what are we going to eat, and then sort of like, okay, what's near there that we can see. But so those are kind of the positives of the in-person seminars or conferences. But there's a lot of positive for the online learning, which is basically you can go at your more or less at your own pace. And I know that I listen to a lot of books or videos, audio contents, on my phone while I'm doing my morning walk or morning jog, while I'm vacuuming. I've got a nice big headset so I can hear everything. Or just folding laundry, those little moments. I'm like, oh yeah, I have like 10, 15 minutes. Let me just watch that segment. So really not having to commit an entire weekend away from home, but just kind of chipping away a little bit. And whenever I can find time, I get an opportunity to learn. Um, and then the commute. Now the commute is no longer happening, so it's very rare that I'm in the car a lot. Uh, but that is also a great time for me to just put something on audio because you can't really watch a video while I'm driving. So I will listen to something. And then the big thing with the online course is, have you guys ever been in the live seminar and you're taking notes and then something important was said and you're like, wait, I missed that. Hold on. What did she say? What did he say? And so you're looking around other people's notes if they're nearby, but once you miss it, like unless if someone tells you, you miss the opportunity. Whereas the online course, I get to click the pause button, rewind a little bit, listen to it again, right? So there's that flexibility and the total control of re-listening over and over if I'm not getting something. Um, not just like I missed that point, but wait a minute, I need to digest that a little bit more. Let me pause, and then if I'm not getting it, then I can rewind again. Um, so I think that's a really big part of what I am seeing as a big advantage with the online course. And I know many of the physical therapy programs, whether we wanted to or not, they've had to go to sort of this hybrid program where faculty are working super, super hard on putting a lot of contents pre-recorded for the students to watch. And then when they do get together, it's like a condensed lab question and answer type of thing. So I think it's great that the students can actually learn the materials and if they need to over and over, because a lot of times I have to listen so many times before the concept or the idea just really sinks in. So that's a huge advantage of online course. The disadvantage of the online course is that because you are going at your own pace, you might not finish it. I mean, it's not like somebody else is right there to just like, you know, force you to play all the contents and learn. Like you really have to have discipline to be able to finish the whole thing. And so I am guilty of that. I have a lot of online courses in my library from that I purchased from this person and this person, and I will admit many of them are not finished all the way through. And so that is the downside of online course. You need to have really good accountability or find a partner, accountability partner, so that you are going through it together and then finishing it together. Um, the the disadvantage of the in-person courses or seminar, just like I said before, if you missed hearing a point or something like that, it's just kind of gone by. So you really uh, hard to review the materials after the seminar is finished. Um, and then, let's not forget that there are a couple different types of online learning, and I do both kinds of uh, teaching for my Japanese movement professionals. And one of them is an actual live webinar. So a webinar is something that is streaming real time. Well, I guess you could have a pre-recorded webinar too, but the kind that I do is an actual live webinar. So I'm there in the same Zoom meeting room as all of the participants, and then I'm talking about something, and if anybody has any questions or comments, I will see that pop up, and then we can have a real-time discussion or a Q&A right then and there. So that's a nice feeling, is to see all the other participants, in the same room and thinking, oh, I'm not the only one, going through this course. There's this nice community. And so that's another nice little way of networking if you get to see each other month after month, right? Um, Whereas the pre-recorded online course, this is something that I just launched at the end of August. So September has been It's been really, really cool to see all these Japanese professionals looking into what I've created. It's like a 6-week introductory course to movement system. But yeah, those are all pre-recorded. So I am not live with them at all because somebody might purchase a course on August 31st and they'll start learning every week. And then somebody else might have just purchased the course yesterday and they're going to start from lesson one. And each week the new contents get uploaded. So, um, in that sense, there is still a sense of community for the online course registrants because and this I'm super happy. Many people have actually commented, I didn't think this was going to happen because Japanese people are very shy and they're super proper and they always think hard about should I say this? Like, is this appropriate? What are other people going to think of what I'm going to type? But there's been so many amazing comments in many of the lessons each week. And I get to almost like a few minutes after the comments get posted, I get an instant notification in my email. And, I'll just put things aside and say, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So I'll start typing my thoughts or answer to their questions. And so there is a little sense of community, even though they're all watching something totally pre recorded. But yeah, again, it's sort of this, after the fact. So I can't really change any of the contents anymore once they're uploaded. I'm sure as I learn more and evolve and more evidence come out, then I may have to launch like a version 2, the updated version of the movement system introductory course. But yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts, and I think it's just really exciting to be super connected to my colleagues in Japan. Even though I'm so far away, I feel as far away as ever because I just don't know when is the day that I can safely fly back to Japan. And I worry about when will I see my parents safely. I'm thinking about, well, I have to quarantine myself once I arrive and things like that. But right now, I every day I have some sort of interactions with my Japanese movement colleagues, and it's a really exciting time. And I hope that people are taking advantage of sharing your knowledge uh, online because there's so many great platforms out there. It's not too difficult to start your own website and share something, whatever good stuff that you have, uh, because all it takes is having this internet connection, and then you're immediately connected to anybody in the world. So it's really an exciting time. I use a platform called Kajabi, and that's been just tremendous for me. I wish I had started using Kajabi much sooner, but here I am now, and I'm just focusing on creating, learning, and then creating contents, and then just sharing that with people. And it's been a really fun ride, and I hope to continue that. But those are my thoughts about the in-person learning and the online learning. I think we need both. We absolutely need both. But it is time to get very creative during the pandemic time. And I certainly hope that everybody is staying safe and, just showing a lot of gratitude and patience and understanding and listening ears because it's just chaotic around us right now, and we can only just lead with good examples, hoping that you're going to have a nice positive ripple effect to your neighbors or people who are watching you on the internet. So anyway, so I will sign off now. I hope to see more of you guys next week. And as I say every time I sign off, the Nexus Motion motto is move better, live better. Everybody take care. Okay, bye bye. Okay. Right. And just kidding.